Let's go. Let's go. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Adam, how are you, my man? Odie, good to see you.
What's up, people? I'm amazing. How are you guys? How are you, TK?
Well, ready to do this thing. Let's get it going, baby. Like moving everything to the afternoons. I am fired up, ready to go in the afternoons now, man.
Love it, dude. Day two, we're back. Day two of the 150-day streak. We'll see if we pull through. But I said it yesterday, so we'll have to stick to it. Good, Odie. How are you, Mr. Bunny?
Good, good. How are you, bro? How's everything? GM.
Oh, I can't hear Odie already, but I can hear him on the other phone, and I think he said that he's feeling fantastic. So that's
You
good,
you
Odie.
can't hear me already? We started. Let's go.
It's a good start. Thank you, Twitter, for making it so Adam and Odie can't hear each other. Let's go.
I'll be right back.
What's up? I see we got Vision on stage as well. How are you doing, man? Welcome to the pod.
Hey guys, how you doing? Thanks for having me.
Excited to dive into Kizumi.
Yeah,
Kizumi, am I saying that right?
Kizumi.
Kizumi. I saw you guys' website. I was on there just before this. Beautiful website, man. Did you build this?
Thanks, I appreciate it. No, I'm not that good at UI design, but I'm a developer though, but mostly back end, so I can make it work, but not make it pretty.
Cool, man. Yeah. Welcome. We're going to dive into this today. Happy you reached out. Other than that, as always, I've pinned the tweet to the spaces. So feel free to go and shoot it out so we can get the Solana people in here. If anyone else has any inputs and knows what's happening on Solana or have any questions for us or Vision, feel free to come up and vibe with us. Solana keeps bleeding, dude. Single digit this morning, 7.80 last night. That was scary. I was sitting in my bed, just shaking and trying to catch my breath. Couldn't sleep at all, but saw some stuff about Almeida possibly dumping, or they did dump, but we don't know who it is that's making this call yet. SPF, weird correlation. Like SPF gets out of detention. What's the name? Prison, not prison, but the thing before prison. And some say that it's the liquidators selling, but the weird thing is that they were using these mixers, right, to hide their traces, and just a lot of Solana and many other shitcoins being dumped. We'll see, but yeah, Solana is taking a dump. What do you think, TK? Are we leaving? Are we staying?
Oh, I bought some more this morning. I was able to buy Solana in single digits. I remember buying Solana in like 200 plus and then 100 plus. And then it was cool in double digits. And then it was cool under 50. And then it was cool when it started with a one. And now we're down to single digits. I mean, the worst case, bro, we got $10 to go and then it's free.
Yeah, it's what's up, Vision?
That's literally what I was saying.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah, that's one way of looking at it.
We've already gone down
I'm just
$250. What's another $10?
yeah, zero is a number. I'm a bit worried right now at this point. As you guys were saying, I was listening to one of your other podcasts that you had with Groovy from Just Ape. And it's actually quite interesting what's happening in the market. As you said, could they be dumping? But my worry is how much more can they dump? Like at what point will it stop? When the bleeding stop? That's what I'm worried about. I'm not worried about the technology. The technology is there, the team is there, but will can they keep community confidence? That's kind of what I'm worried about right now. But what do you guys think?
Like the weird thing is, because I remember when I started to get scared of Solana and was wondering if I should stable out or keep it. And I remember everyone was just preaching this. The Almeida got their Solana locked up for another 5 years. So I took a step back and said, okay, we're fine. This is just fear. And now there's actual trace of Alameda dumping Solana and other coins, but especially Solana. So like they tracked it on the blockchain don't lie. So yeah, hopefully some of those Solana is still locked up for another 5 years. We'll see. We'll see. Other than that, we had a big mint today. Nomads. I didn't follow it. TK, have you been following for me?
No, I didn't. I saw the pre-sale of it and I passed on it. I didn't look too much into it. Was it a big mint today?
I don't know what they're doing. I said that saw that they are doing some type of social media thing for crypto. Yeah, they're struggling. 3,000 out of 10,000 for 3 Solana mint, which is basically 30 bucks at this point. But they're struggling. I thought this would sell out. And other than that, pilots tomorrow. Hopefully we could see some sale on the tiles after that. Could be something to look into. But pilots should bring some volume. We'll see, dude. We'll see, dude. What's up, Peter? How are you doing?
Great, great. Just watching how this thing goes. Um, I've been trying to get some soul since we were at 15, then at 13, just accumulating a bit here and there. But like you said, now I'm getting a bit worried. Um, I don't know. I don't know. We need someone with a bigger brain here to make some sense out of it. Like you said, I'm not worried about. I'm not worried about the technology. But I don't want this one to become an Aptos that people just stop looking at. Um, at least not right now or so suddenly, right? But hey, at the end of the day, it's a war of the chains, maybe. I like uh, them to coexist, but they have to have some support. And without FTX, we need to look who else is going to be supporting it, right? Money has to come from somewhere. So we have to check up on that.
Yeah, the scary part is when we just keep losing these, keep losing the positions, right? We're in the top 20 right now. We were top 10 not long ago. If we keep like top 30, top 40, those places are rough to battle for. So we'll see. We'll see. There's other chains. Some people are moving, but hopefully we could get back. We'll see. Cool. Anything else before we dive into Mr. Vision and Kizumi?
Oh, I was just gonna say that Solana Labs did say that they have about 30 months worth of capital, right? So I guess they have time to rebuild. But I don't remember where I saw that post, but back when everyone was freaking out, they did come out and they said that they have like about 5 years worth of money. So yeah, if we can just hold on long enough, maybe they'll be back to its strong position. Hopefully a bull run or something, a couple developments, a couple projects, because they do have the mobile coming out, like I think Solana mobile, and they have a couple things. So let's just hope that's enough to bring back in or hold on to the community, basically.
It's true. There's a lot of mobile. I haven't heard about that in a long time. Hope that could bring some traction, dude. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe we should ask for the pod. I'm gonna say that if we get our entire our PFP is Solana colors as well. We should apply for a grant and say we'll keep doing Solana spaces if they give us 1 million or something. What do you think, TK?
That's a cool idea.
He might be
At least
thinking.
we'll be doing something. Yeah.
10,
TK
10
taking
bucks
his
maybe.
nap.
Most we could get out of that grant, I think, a couple of $100 possibly an NFT. Let's see. We'll try. Cool vision. Now I'm curious. We have held it for too long. What is Kizumi? Do you want to tell me?
Yeah, sure. Thanks. So Kizumi, the whole idea behind Kizumi is basically to build a brand. When we look at some projects, we don't just want to be a PFP. We look around and we notice that the bigger projects, the idea is to just kind of get mainstream adoption in the sense of across all NFTs and not just a specific chain. And we're trying to take that a bit further to the sense that, like how some projects like Nike, they made their shoe NFTs. I think it's RT. Oh man, I forgot what it's called. But they're just kind of coming into the NFT space, and we're thinking about working that the other way around, where we start as an NFT project and then we go out and we get like people that don't even know what an NFT is to come onto the brand. And the way we want to do that is to take an approach kind of like the way Supreme does it. You release a limited quantity of products, and then you kind of just build in a cult following and get them to just want that stuff, and then basically make it so that people that own the NFTs, they get the most perks out of everything, right? So encouraging them to kind of buy the NFT. It's more of an idea of a funnel. We ended up going with the PFPs, like anime looking NFTs, because we really like anime over in the team. So that's the direction we took with that. But the idea is really that you can just stamp Kizumi on anything. We can work with anyone and just build a strong brand, kind of like Red Bull, Supreme. They can just kind of do anything and put their name on it, and people love it. That's where we're trying to get to with the Kizumi brand. That's the basic idea: mass adoption, community privilege and perks, and just giving more benefits to everyone in the community.
Your PFP is the art of the collection, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's one of them.
Ooh, I like it. I like it. Cool. What's up, TK?
Are all of the PFPs going to be facing left? Because that's a big controversy for the Solana ecosystem. I've noticed is a lot of people don't like the left facing PFPs.
Really? I had no idea. Really? Why not though? Actually, they're all facing left for the moment. I didn't have any intention on changing it. But if people hate it, then we haven't launched yet. So it might be possible to flip it around. But what is the controversy with left facing NFTs?
Well, I always say facing right because then it looks like it's you talking instead of facing left. I don't know. It just didn't. I don't know. For me, I've got both, but I've noticed that a lot of the Solana ecosystem has not been a fan. I mean, would you agree or disagree with that, Adam?
I don't know. I don't know. I know a lot of people, a lot of projects do the right facing, but there are some left facing as well. If I were to launch a project, I would probably just make it left facing for the fuck of it to go against the norm. But I don't know, man. It's preferences, I guess.
So you would call it going against the norm, going facing left opposed to facing right on Solana.
Yeah, I think so. Everyone is facing.
Yeah, I don't think it's
What's up,
a
Odie?
controversy. I don't think it's quote unquote controversy. I think there's just a lot of people staring at it in a weird way and like wondering the question why.
But it sticks out, right? Doesn't it?
Yeah, that's it. You know.
Yeah, well, I guess we're gonna go against the grain then. Like we're just gonna be different. If everyone's going right at this, we're gonna go left, right, and see where we end up.
Maybe we could have an entire space on left facing and the right facing, bring like two camps against each other and just go at it with the way our PFPs is facing.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a bad idea. If there's anyone that can tell me why they don't like left facing NFTs, like I really like to see that. Like get some more details on that. And if we should flip it or not. if people really need us to flip it, then and it'll help the community out, then definitely I wouldn't mind flipping it over.
You should ask your Discord, is I mean, is you clearly can't face forward with the PFP that you're doing. You're either gonna face left or face right with that, because then I mean there is the facing forward PFPs as well. So I would ask your community.
Facts, that's true, like 100%. Actually, no one in this community has brought this up before, so like, yeah, I'll ask them.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
What's up, Juice? What's up, Juice?
Hey, I just wanted to throw in my 2 cents on that topic, because like usually when I see like the left facing versus right facing, the only issue people have had in the past few years is a lot of the left facing projects have been derivatives, but that's not the case so anymore. But I know like there's still a little stigma against it because it was traditionally, if it was left facing, it was a derivative of another project.
That is true. The not okay bears on Ether went left facing opposed to right facing.
Oh, that makes so much sense. I get that. That makes sense to me.
Yeah, but it's not the case anymore. There's still projects now that are coming out. I know it, like before the last bull run ended, that was like the norm. If you were doing a derivative, you would make it a left facing project.
What was it? Vandals, or what was it? That project that was left facing with the ugly art, and they changed it to the right after they minted because they tanked.
Yeah, I think that was Vandals. I think so. I remember.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it was just I don't know. It was not a controversy, but just people complain.
You're wrong a bit.
I think he was going to say people complained about it and then they changed the art. Yeah, I forgot that Vandals did mint left facing, and then everyone didn't like it and decided to face right. So yeah, I mean that's definitely something to look into and consider if it could help her facing left or facing right.
Yeah, definitely. I never really thought about that. So I'll ask community, and then also maybe it might just be a good idea to flip it over. If there was someone that actually minted and then flipped it, like Vandals, that's kind of crazy. So we haven't minted yet. Maybe it might be a good idea. Thanks for pointing that out.
Yes. Let's move. Let's move on. Left facing and right facing. We'll see. But good points. Now I want to know some juice. First off, are you worried about like just launching a collection on Solana right now with all this going on? What do you think? Are you worried?
Yeah, actually, we are actually having that discussion. We trust the technology, but we're worried that the community might not be there by the time we're ready. It's we've had a few people in the community actually ask us about that. The people that were like blockchain agnostic. They're just like, is it a good idea to keep going with Solana? Because some people are worried that Solana is going to zero. We think that Solana can make a recovery in the team. We believe that the technology is perfectly fine. It's been working. It's been getting better. This year, there's been a lot of blackouts on Solana, but it's always come back up and it looks pretty stable right now. And it's still moving quickly. Some people I believe the CEO of Solana said that they want to add Move as a programming language. And if they do that, that would be insane. So the technology is amazing. We're just worried about the community. If the community is not going to be there, then naturally it doesn't make sense to launch there and invest time there. But the community at Solana seems great. It depends on what you're looking for, right? Some people are moving to Ethereum. For some people are launching on Ethereum for the money, but the competition is crazy over there. And we just believe that starting in a small pond, that's definitely going to grow, because I think the volume on Solana is the highest NFT volume on any blockchain. So we kind of like it there. We want to launch there. It's just, will there be a community there in a couple weeks, months or so? So I actually want to know what you guys think, what your community thinks. Our community is having a discussion. We're having it internally. but it's kind of like an echo chamber right now in the community. What do you guys think?
It's hard, dude. It's hard, dude. I've always loved Solana, and I think Solana is the perfect chain for NFTs, and also the biggest community for NFTs, according to the statistics. So I still think Solana is a beautiful place to launch your collection, but from a founder's perspective, trying to raise money, I don't know, dude. I would probably consider moving where the money is. If my Depending on the vision and what you want to do. If you want to build a community, I still think Solana is the perfect place. If you want to raise a bunch of money to build out something amazing for everyone, I would probably consider another chain, either Polygon or. What's up, Peter?
Yeah, I think obviously it depends, right? Different communities, different feelings will influence the chain you want to mint. Because you said that you're trying to create a brand, right? Solana, it's more juvenile. Ethereum sometimes looks like the more serious one. But putting that aside, um, I don't know what happened to the Omni-chain collections, So that could be another option. Doing the thing that Tiny Dinos did, having your collection on all chains with those kind of contracts. Um, let's remember also that one of the advantages of Solana was the basically non-existent fees, right? At a time when Ethereum had gas fees that were anywhere from $20 to $100, right? So flipping was way more attractive in Solana. Right now, usually you can get anywhere from $1 to $5 in gas fees in Ethereum, so it's way cheaper now, right? Um, yeah, so that advantage that you had in Solana, it's still there, but to the eyes of someone that it's moving Ethereum, it's nothing, right? Right now. So that's something that you might have to take into account, that the conditions are way different than 6 months ago.
That is an amazing point. Yeah, like Ethereum has become a lot cheaper since they moved to proof of stake. I'm just wondering, like, I haven't heard many multi-chain projects stand out just yet, right? And it's a bit different. I This is just my thoughts when I'm looking at it, because when you're on Solana and then you're on Ethereum and then let's say you're on Aptos, these are three completely different structures. I'm just looking at this from a developer perspective. Um, a lot of projects, what they generally do, they launch on one chain, like an EVM based chain, and then they just keep launching on other EVM based chains, right? So it's pretty easy in terms of development. You build something once, you deploy it 10 times, type of vibe. But when you're in the NFT space, that's very different, right? Because if you're on Solana, then you're on Ethereum, then you're on Aptos, you have to build like three completely different structures to handle that. So I'm really trying to gauge how people are navigating that. And I'm not sure with the amount of funding we might be able to raise in a little while. I don't want to take that risk trying to build out like for three completely different chains. That sounds almost a bit more worrying. So if we do something, I think we need to commit to a complete change, and then commit to another blockchain at this point. Like that's just what it's looking at.
Yes, John. What's up?
GM, can you all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, and beautiful music as well.
Give me a second.
No worries. It's perfect,
That's
John.
funny, bro. Nah, so what was the price of Ethereum during its all-time low in 2018?
$80, I think.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
it was somewhat.
$80.
Yep.
So this is fine. Let's calm down a little bit. From an investor's point of view, Will the pros outweigh the cons in the next 12 months? Yes or no? I'm leaning yes. And if that is the criteria, expect Solana to be part of the next bull run. Simple as that. The tokenomics are there, the devs are there, the projects are there, future projects that no one in this group even knows about. Someone's going to be primed to be part of the blue chip conversation. I think potential outweighs usual results as of today. I think the potential just outweighs anything else, in my opinion. Let's look at Google, why they choose Solana to run its validators. What other future deals are going to be entwined with Solana in the future? I don't know, but I know that it's going to be from a big name probably. That is all I have to say.
Thank you, John. Oh, I feel calmer already. I needed that. Yeah, I've seen some people compare it to like what's the name, EOS in 2017, which was the previous Ethereum killer that just faded to irrelevance. But it's not a fair comparison because that founder, I think even the founder, rugged that chain. Oh, we've got so many hands. Sorry, I'll not take the stage anymore. What's up, TK?
That's what I do, Adam. I'm sorry about that.
Thank you, thank you.
Oh, my question was for Vision. You said you're a developer. What all languages do you speak?
Languages do I speak? Oh, okay.
Yeah, like Rust, Solidity, all of those. Like, can you by yourself go to all of those blockchains? Because I know you were mentioning like, because I can't think of very many projects that are cross chain as well. So I don't know if they would need, because I'm not a dev in any way. So I don't know if all of these projects have different devs, one for Rust, one for Solidity, so on and so forth. Or is that possible for someone to do all by themselves?
Yeah, so I'm a Solidity dev, started off in Ethereum probably like 2017. I've written a bit of Rust and I've just started learning Move, but I'm more focusing on a project these last few days, so I'm not really going in depth. So what I can tell you, it's very hard to be proficient as one developer in multiple languages in general, and then also multiple blockchain languages. So Solidity is completely different from Rust. I would say a person moving from Rust to Move will probably be easier for them because Move took a lot of cues from Rust, so you probably be easier off doing that. But trying for one person to build the same thing 3 times is going to be very difficult, regardless of how easy the language is to learn or to build. So, and then there's also the integration with a bunch of different wallets and platforms. So it's going to be a slow and probably tedious project process, and might be expensive as well because blockchain developers aren't cheap. Pretty expensive. So I would say it's not a good idea on a small team anyway. If you're a big team, you have a couple $1 million and you can set up like a team for each chain, then it's probably an easier process. But for early stage startup projects, I personally wouldn't suggest it. Or maybe I just don't have the right strategy in mind, but based on what I know, I wouldn't do that.
I know because I've never been a developer, but then like 1 week ago, someone introduced me to Chat GDP. So now I'm actually also a developer on all chains. So if anyone needs developing skills, I got you, man. What's
I
up?
like that. Okay, I'll definitely let you know, Adam.
What's up, Smooth? Get your money up, not your funny up. I like that quote. What's up,
Yeah,
man?
it's a thing I say. Well, I had a question from the beginning when I came into the space. I think it was John Henry. Uh, when he said that we got this, we got that, the projects are not dipping. But I mean, it looks like the projects are dipping. Everyone's saying so is dead. I mean, yeah, we have those influencers saying, yo, one soul is one soul. But I mean, I work with a bunch of projects, right? But most of them are struggling. Like marketing isn't it anymore because of the market. Um, Shit's not minting. Like there was a bunch of multi-chain the advisors, right? I'm pretty sure they were advising some projects like before. I think whenever Sol crashed to $12, right? And then after that crash, silence. Absolutely nothing from them projects. Some of them didn't even mint out. So I'm just like, what's next? Like, what do we do? What's going on?
Take it away, John.
So there's several things here. You do bring up truth in the sense of what people are going through as their founders in the space. One thing I want to say though is it Solana's issue that's projects, especially newer projects, aren't succeeding, or is it the 0% royalties? That's two different things, right? Another thing you want to look into is we're just talking about NFTs on Solana. DeFi is slowly growing on Solana. Use cases for Solana are growing. Now, will it ever amount to ETH? Probably not. But that's okay. It's still going to survive. Um, so again, it's just a matter of the context and what you use on the narrative provided.
That's true. Actually, I do agree with you. I was leaning into more royalties. You got me on that. But for uh, the DeFi part, honestly, I haven't looked into it much, so I can't say anything.
Bonk, 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 bonkity, bonk, bonk, bonk.
So yeah, I mean, I do have hope. Don't get me wrong, but it's just the motivation. It's decreasing every single day.
But absolutely too. And again, I'm not an NFT expert. I'm not a financial expert. I'm just that dude on Web3. It's my Twitter, username. But what I can say is your use case for a future NFT collection must be there, in my opinion, to be a part of the Solana ecosystem nowadays. If you don't have a real reason to be a project, then you shouldn't be one, in my opinion. Unless your art is just out of this world and people just are drawn to it, pun intended. So that's another thing to consider as the NFTs ecosystem are growing as time passes.
Yeah, that's true. If you don't have a purpose in the space, there's no point. Like most of the projects that are thriving right now, are have a good FP. They're still thriving. Don't get me wrong, but it's just the volume has decreased. Makes sense. The market. I heard Famous Fox, what they make like 7K a day from like transactions and all that. What's that, like 20K a week or something? A bit more. Um, that's crazy because I mean, looking at the market, it doesn't look like they should be making that much, but they are.
The builders are still thriving. Yeah, good stuff,
Yeah,
boys.
they really are. They really are.
Let's see. Who knows? Who knows? Smooth. I'm with you. Uh, who knows? I don't know. I'm just here praying and overinvested by a lot. But we'll see who survives and who doesn't. Vision, I have a question for you. Have you decided or thought anything about like mint price and stuff? Because you got some really cool art and just checking the roadmap and stuff. But then still, like we talked earlier about nomads having a 10K supply, 3 Solana mint, and this was just from my experience listening to spaces and speaking with guys. They had a 10 out of 10 marketing, building some cool stuff, still struggling, not even 50% sold. So curious on your take on pricing.
Yeah, so we've kind of been fluctuating on that. We originally were hoping to at least raise like at $100, not specifically any soul amount. We were trying to get to $100 per NFT. Seeing the current market, I'm not sure how we're gonna go about that anymore. With the reason why we want is it's like any startup basically. We have some goals in mind, and we decided that we needed a certain amount to be able to make all those things happen. Um, so yeah, we were trying to get to $100. Seeing the current price of Soul, I think that's something like 10 sold. We want it to be closer to 5 sold per NFT. I'm not sure if we're gonna have to adjust this and then reach back and then go back out later and then try and get it through the volume. But yeah, we're we're somewhere between 5 and 7 sold for the mint. Yeah, that's what we're targeting right now.
Oof, pricey, man. Or not pricey, but just like, have you thought anything about the supply then? Are you, because I guess there's two ways to go about it: cheaper mint price, and the higher community, bigger community, or a smaller community and a cheaper price. What do you think?
Yeah, some people were actually asking us. There was one of a marketing person we're working with that was saying that our supply is kind of big, right? Like at 10K, which is kind of funny because 10K was the norm in the bull run. Like everyone was launching a 10K collection, and now it's like, oh, that's a bit that's a large quantity of NFTs. So we really want to stick with the 10K. Um, well, we are worried that we're gonna have less engagement at this point. We don't want to take like a week or a month or something to mint. That's where we're kind of pushing off the mint date. Um, and we have a lot of people in the community asking us for a mint date. But is we really want to make sure that we have enough people at this point because of everything that's going on. We don't want to spend 2 months trying to mint out the collection. I feel like that's just gonna kill the brand even more. We do want to have that 10K because we have a lot of our goals attached to having a 10K collection, a 10K community in the Solana space, in NFT space, as opposed to like a 5K. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. We want the 10K, and if we have to drop the amount of Solana in the early days and then work our way up to get that capital through volume, then we might probably do it that way, as opposed to reducing the total supply of NFTs. Yeah.
Cool, man. Cool, man. So, best case scenario, you get a 10K supply out, sells for a big price. You get a big treasury with some Solana. What does this, like, the community is flourishing? We see left-facing PFPs in all their Twitter spaces. What does this enable you to do apart from having a great community? What are you gonna build?
Yeah. Okay. So what we really want to build are partnerships, right? Like so advertising and then products. So we want physical products as well as virtual products. Some of the ideas we have in mind are I don't want to go into too much detail because that's something that needs to come out more clear in 2023 as we drop products. But on the physical side, we're really thinking about launching a clothing brand style, but as you said, limited amount, and then have some specific stuff for the community that's exclusive to NFT holders, and then have some products that's open to just like the general public, as I was saying earlier, to kind of funnel them into it and get them into the brand, and then to basically be able to run just billboards and stuff like that in a city. Like we were thinking about something like London and the undergrounds. You just be able to have a Kizumi ad, and then people can go to our website and buy like a Kizumi shirt or something, and then people that actually have the NFT will be able to get something completely exclusive that's not accessible to them, that would have something extra to it. Don't really want to say right now what that's going to be, but it'll be useful in Web3 to some of the other products we want to develop online, right, on Web3. So what we want to do with the capital is pretty clear. Um, it's pretty clear what we want to do with the capital. We want to get that out to build a bigger brand and a bigger community. And we believe that once we have a foothold as a brand outside of just the NFT space, that's going to allow us to partner with some other project, like some other brands. Who knows? Like, I see there are companies like Fila that partner with smaller brands. That's just an example. I'm not even saying that we're not going to pretend that we're speaking to them right now, but that's something that we can potentially partner with. I see projects like OK Bears that do Formula One stuff. Actually, I'm not sure. I think it was Azuki that did Formula One, and OK Bears did like some kind of Formula 2 type stuff. that's the kind of direction we want to go, like Red Bull, Supreme, and then lock in partnerships with those type of brands. That's what we're trying to be. Yeah, go ahead, John Henry. I think he has a question.
No, I just wanted to make the comment that I like what you're saying and what you're trying to achieve, and I think Solana is the place to do it.
Nice.
Yes,
Like,
sir.
if that's the case, it's our biggest worry right now is that we don't raise enough money to get to the bull market. Honestly, if we're sure that we can stretch it out, we can make it work, we would prefer to be on Solana. Honestly.
How much money do you need? Like, what is your goal there?
Okay, to be able to hire out everyone we believe that we'll need to at least then build out something that generates revenue, because I know there are a lot of projects that don't think that they should build revenue generating products. I think it's a good idea. So internally we're kind of like looking at three 350 to 500 that will at least get us, that we know for sure will get us to like a year of just pure building and putting out products, without us having to turn a profit on some of the products that we put out. Like, that's like for sure. 500 would be better. um but the more you have, the better it is, because then we can experiment with stuff. I think if we get 350, it's going to be like tight. We're just going to do minimum, kind of like what we have to do to make everything work. And having 500 and up will give us more flexibility to experiment and to try cool stuff for the community as well.
Cool, man. Cool, man. So sounds like you're going down the brand route with the merch and partnerships and stuff. Hope you stay on Solana. Cool, man. So what else was I gonna ask? There was something I was thinking of, then I got tripped up. Oh, we got hands, dude. Let's go to the hands first then. I don't know who was first, but since John just spoke, let's go to Smooth. What's up, man?
I'm pretty sure John had my hand up first, so I'll just go with him, and then I'll go.
Okay. John, take it away, baby.
Okay, Yusuke. It's going to be a tough question, but it definitely came in my mind when you were talking a second ago. What is the first realistic, tangible thing you will provide holders after mint?
Oh, that is a rough question, actually, because as I said, it also depends on how much capital we have to provide to users. If UBN is something that we can sell to them, like straight up, we're gonna be able to take some small profit from it, or just not give it away. I think, people love hoodies. Like, that'll probably be something we would like to give the holders. Or if not something like that, there's a few other little ideas, but they're like, cases, phone cases or something like that, or just something small. I know
Are
that
you going to
there's
outsource Alibaba, Shopify, your own local manufacturer, a third
yeah.
party project on Web3?
Oh, so that's what we're thinking anyway, is like a manufacturing service early on. We're gonna try and outsource as much as possible in the early days. We don't want to overload the team on stuff like that. So, we'll contact the company, tell them this is how we want to do it. This is the type of products we want, quality wise, test it out, and then get it out to the holders. Yeah. And then out to other people as well, like non community members, just general public as well. But once again, when we launch this stuff, it's gonna be like in a kind of dual launch, some to where it's accessible to anyone. I'm not saying that holders can't buy it, but it's just kind of to get non NFT people involved as well, and then also NFT people. So how long it's going to take, it all depends on how the negotiation goes and how we get the development coming across. But we would like to, after launch, at least get something in people's hands. This is a stretch, like 3 months, 4 months. I know it's a long time, but we want to do it right. So that's something I'd
I mean, you're
um,
still beating OK Bears to it. You gotta make small steps.
Yeah, definitely. The first one is always the hardest, right? I'm sure they're gonna be a lot better with the next product that they send out. It's tough. It's tough.
Goodie bags. We need them goodie bags.
Yeah, the welcome packages.
What's up, Smooth?
Yeah, I got a question for UCK. When you guys reach that point where you're planning for the tangible items, are you guys planning anytime in the future to become an actual company, that could possibly, go into Web 2, or are you guys just gonna stay in Web 3, or is that too far in the future to think about right now?
Actually, no. Actually, no. Where we that is the direction we want to take. We want to become a Web 2 and a Web 3 company, right? So when we launch those products, our goal is to get it into Web 2 people's hands, and then funnel them down into Web 3, right? So, for example, what we hope, this is our vision, right? Like far down the road, is that you'll be able to walk into like a Kizumi Clubhouse store, and if you don't have an NFT, you'll just be able to shop around and buy what you want, right? That's perfectly fine. But if you come in and you have an NFT, this is just a dream that we have in between the team, right? Don't tie us to it, like. But then you come in with your NFT, and there'll be a secret room like at the back of a store or something where you just scan your NFT, and then you walk in, and there's like game space, exclusive merch, a bar, a cafe, some crazy stuff like that, and then you can just walk back out with this completely exclusive stuff that you can then scan or something and get into the Web 3 Kizumi verse. That's kind of where we want to go. So you have the Web 2 side where you have a store, anyone can walk in and pick up some Kizumi merch, right? And then you have the exclusive stuff, which we're thinking like Kizumi X exclusive. I know exclusive was an E, but yeah, Kizumi X, where you have an NFT and you can get into this kind of completely exclusive space. So we want both of them.
Okay, I see what you mean, like with the products you guys have in the back room, where you can scan a shoe or a hoodie, and then you have it in the metaverse, or in whatever you're trying to say, and then it'd be pretty cool, to be honest. You can just scan it and you have it in the metaverse. That's actually pretty sick.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's a goal. And also that we are a complete brand as well for normal Web 2, kind of like, how Nike or something is just a brand for Web 2. And then we have our brand for Web 3, where you have products on Web 3 and products on Web 2. And yeah, that's our end goal. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I like how you guys are trying to, expand to Web 2, and then bringing those Web 2 people over to Web 3 really brings diversity and like mass adoption and all of that.
Mass adoption is the goal. That's where we want to be.
Remember my question. This is gonna be the last question for me before we get to today's alpha and rocket. But Vision, what was your driving force? What made you think that heck, I'm gonna launch an NFT collection out of all the things you could do in the world? Go in on Solana and blockchain and launch an NFT project.
Oh man, that's a great question. I saw the space, to be honest. Um I was working in DeFi for some time, like when I actually got into crypto. I worked for a couple DeFi companies, and it's cool and everything. I love finance, but I kind of feel like I have a slightly artistic side, even though I can't draw or anything. But I think being a developer is kind of an art of itself, and I was like, okay, I want to try something new, and I always liked brands. Like what my idea was, what if I could build something that just encompasses all the things I like, right? And I had this chat with one of my friends, which is Native B, which is he doesn't talk much. I'm gonna have to try and get him on a podcast one of these days. But and we were just having that chat, and we were like, okay, what can we do to bring everything together? So we like anime, we like clothes, we like crypto, we like all that stuff. And NFTs just seemed like the place where we could, if we do it right, we can make all of those things work together and make everybody love it. It's like kind of that point of conversion And so we started working on it. And I think that's where our motivation for building an NFT project came from, is just that it was the place where we could bring everything that we enjoy together in one space, and potentially find other people that enjoy that as well, and provide like a service or a product to them that they could also enjoy. So I think that was our motivation for the NFT project.
Cool, man. Right. Do you guys have any more questions? Or Vision, do you have anything else you want to share with the listeners here or on the podcast?
Yeah, I know I call it a podcast, it's a Twitter space, but yeah, I kind of get the same vibe when you really think about it.
It is. It
What
is.
I'm
Actually, we're gonna upload this on the streaming platforms, so there is gonna be a few podcast listens as well.
Oh, okay. You see, that's cool. You see, I didn't even know that. I just felt like you guys were just doing this so well that, like, yeah, it had to be a podcast. So yeah, some stuff I would just like to share with or at least get feedback. Like when you guys are ready, join the Discord. I would really like to get your questions there if you haven't already joined it. I'm always there in the chat, and I really want to get as much as I can from the community and other people's community to build something that everyone would love, right? So that's really where I'm at. If you have any questions, if you have any input, like flipping the PFP over so it can face the right, like I would like to know more stuff like that. Because I'm actually pretty new to the NFT. I bought a few NFTs, but I'm relatively new to the actual NFT ecosystem. I haven't been in it for probably about 4 months and studying it diligently. So yeah, community, everyone, just come and give us your input. Come and join the community, and yeah, love the way the Solana ecosystem is going. Like I think John Henry's gone, but I think he has a good point on how Solana can recover, right? So that's where we really want to be. I think that's about it.
Solana can recover. That's the quote of the day. Let's pray. Join me. Cool, guys. I said alpha. I don't have any alpha. I don't know why I said that. We got the pilots meeting tomorrow.
What do you
the
mean you
alpha.
don't have alpha? Like you said the word alpha. You can't say I got
I was
alpha.
waiting for it.
Did you see this clickbait, dude?
Okay.
Like
I
he
have
got
alpha.
everyone
I
to
actually
stay
have
with this
alpha.
alpha.
I have alpha. So, there is this guy that was on the pod, and we were going to give him the space. And this was when his floor price was a little bit lower. He didn't have the traction he has today. We had him on the space, and I had so much to talk about. Like sometimes I go on rants, you know it. So he lost he ran out of time, and he had to do some meetings and stuff. And now they've been pumping, and the floor price is up, and everyone is happy, and everyone get a part of this. So I pulled my ego to the side, and I said, "Hey man, I'm so sorry for last time. You know, man, I love you. Would you want to do us the honor to join us on the pod again?" And he's actually coming on tomorrow, and that is Tardo, the founder of Mecha Race, that has been pumping in the last week, like 7 times the entry from last week or something. So he's coming on tomorrow. That's the alpha. So he's going to tell us the alpha. I don't know the alpha. I don't have alpha. I just lose money. You know this. But that guy could possibly bring us some alpha. So Mecha Race tomorrow. That's the alpha. What do you think about that, TK? I know you love this project.
I mean, that's technically the schedule for tomorrow. I don't know if we would call that alpha, but I think we can let this week excuse slide for the day. But if you do that again, I think you owe everyone like I don't know. I mean, one soul's $10 these days, so I mean, I don't even know if that's even worth it.
Yeah, other than that, I don't have any specific alpha apart from move from Solana, get into Polygon, and all these other chains because this knife is falling. I'm joking. Of course, stay on Solana. We're gonna recover, just like Vision said. That's the alpha. The pilots is gonna be interesting. That's tomorrow. That should bring volume. Like this is anticipated. This is gonna go crazy. That's it. We'll see. NFA. I don't know if I'm going to pick up a pilot. We'll see. Hopefully the price doesn't go too crazy. Do we know the mint price? Has anyone cross-checked the mint price of these?
No,
You
I've
guys
just
think it's too
Googled that.
expensive?
I
I
think
was
it's
just
like
asking, you guys
300.
think it's too expensive?
If it's going to be expensive or if it is expensive.
It is. Do you guys think it is?
I don't know. It's like 375 scrap, right? Solana. Let me check it real quick. Scrap is the token, right? 0.02. I'm so fast, guys. I'm so fucking fast. Times 375. Nah, they can't
Carry
be
the
right.
1 plus 2, 7,500.
They can be right. Guys, if you want to know the mint price of scrap, feel free to check it out because math doesn't add up for me. Cool.
What did
That's
your
the offer.
math tell you? I'm just curious.
1.1 Solana. That sounds a little bit too cheap.
yeah, I don't think you carried a 1 somewhere. I think it's targeting me a little bit more than 1.1 Solana. I think they want more than like $11
I
for
took
what
all the
they've been,
numbers.
what they've
I
been
took all
working
the
on.
numbers out of my ass, so I have no idea. Cool. Let's wrap it up. Thanks everyone for coming on the pod. Hope you had a good time learning about Vision and speaking some Zalami news and Zalami stuff. I know TK is firing up. If anyone wants more salami, is firing up baked salami after this. Or TK, are you? I just
100% I am, buddy. Because I want to talk about some bonk. I don't know if you guys are in that from yesterday, but I don't know.
Wait,
I
did
will
you
be
buy
having.
bonk yesterday?
I mean, I may or may not be up at least double from yesterday.
Whoa, that's bonkers. That's bonkers,
Bonk
man.
is mooning right now as we speak.
Okay, we need to discuss this. Let's move to the after party. Baked salami, fire it up, TK. Thanks everyone for coming on the pod. Make sure you follow the pod if you'd like to listen to us talk about NFAs and lose money. Follow Vision if you want to keep up with Kizumi. As I said, tomorrow, Mecha Race. That's if you're not excited for that, I don't know who you are, but I am. As always, if you missed anything, we're on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Amazon, all the streaming platforms in the world. We also have our lovely sponsor, Atlas Wallets, that is going to remove the need for you to have 8 different wallets on all the different chains. So you can have one wallet for all the top chains. So feel free to click on the Atlas thing at top, sign up for beta access, and you can also get a allow list for the upcoming ETH mint. Just fill out the form. Most importantly, you will never, ever get wallet drained again. Love each and every one of you. This has been great. Wagme, Dior, NFA. See you tomorrow. Let's rock it out of here. Ciao. Can you guys hear the music? Bonk.
So let's get the vibe up in here. Who plays Overwatch? I have no other question except that.
Who plays Overwatch, guys? Team up with
I mean, I do. I don't know who else does.
I don't know. know either. I don't. I play Salami.
Well, that game is fire. No cap. That game is goated.
Ciao!